Hello, welcome to Ryn the Bookdragon. I'm Ryn, I use they them pronouns, and I am so excited for today's video. In today's video, I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about things that annoy me in books. I have a list of them here that I'm going to be talking about in this video. I want to start this series where I talk about things that annoy me while I'm reading, and these are the first 5 that I thought of while I was reading a book. I don't remember the book's title, but I believe the title in the description box if you want to check out the book yourself. If you have read the book, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I'm very curious to know if the things that annoy me also annoy you when reading this particular book. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. My social medias are linked down below: TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Goodreads, Pinterest. I have a Twitter that is dedicated specifically to my bookish thoughts that I have linked as well if you want to give me a follow over there. Now let's get into today's video. Disclaimer before I begin: these are my thoughts and opinions. You do not have to agree with my thoughts and opinions. We all have different likes and dislikes, and we can talk about our dislikes in just as much as we talk about our likes. And it does not mean we're being hateful to the author, the book, or anyone else. It's just things that personally annoy us, and it's okay to talk about them. I wanted to say that this particular book this is not a review of the book or the author. It's just things that while I was reading this book kind of annoyed me, but also has annoyed me in other books as well. This is just the most recent book that I'm reading that I wanted to talk about. I am also coming from the perspective that I am asexual and aromantic, so certain heteronormative behaviors I don't understand and can border on annoying, and also coming from being autistic, certain things I don't get from neurotypicals and can be annoying as well. So I just wanted to say that before I begin. I also want to say that I don't speak for all asexuals, I don't speak for all aromantics, I don't speak for all autistic people. These are just my thoughts and opinions as an autistic person who is asexual and aromantic. And it's okay if you do not agree with me and you are asexual, aromantic, and or autistic. So now that we got the disclaimers out of the way, number 1, when the love interest doesn't have to say it to her, but thinks she's not like other girls. Meaning other girls that he has interacted with, dated with, been in relationships with, she's not like them. And it annoys me not because of, well, it annoys me because of the thing that makes him say that. The thing that makes me say that is because, like, if the people he dated, because of his social status and social circle, are more like into wearing fancy clothing items or are used to people buying them things, and she is from a different tax bracket and she doesn't do those things. So she's not like other girls. No, she's exactly like other girls in her tax bracket. You're just used to dating people in a different tax bracket who are used to certain things and have certain expectations, and so that's why she's not like other girls. Not because she does anything particularly not like other girls, because she does. Number 2, Anti-Gold Digger. And now this is on him and her, where she gets annoyed borderline angry when he buys her things. And it doesn't happen always, but definitely in the book, someone, like, she didn't know someone had paid for her meal because they haven't met yet, and she goes to pay for it, and the person who rings her up is like, oh, I can't accept that because someone already paid for you. And she decides to leave money behind anyway, like $50 anyway, even though someone already paid for her. Now that's not, it's like, fine. And then the person returns the money and she's like, why did he return this? I already paid for it. I don't need him buying me things. And then on his part, he's like, she reacts very differently to me with money. She's not like expecting me to buy her stuff and gets kind of annoyed with it, and it's kind of refreshing. Like, she's not used to people buying her things, but that doesn't, I don't know, it's not, it just feels weird, and it annoys me when he's like, she's not obsessed with me having money. Interesting. Kind of like that. I'm still gonna spoil her. So it didn't really matter that the people he was dating liked that he had money, because he was going to do it anyway. If he liked the person enough to buy them things, then it wouldn't have mattered if they wanted him to do it or not. He was going to do it either way. Just kind of annoys me. Number 3, stubborn feminism. And that's what I'm calling it, because I don't know the exact terminology for it, if it already is a thing. But, example, making sure the love interest knows she can do things like buy her own food and open her own door. And it's like, why are you so upset about him buying you food? And why are you so upset about him opening a door? These are just low-level things. If he wants to open a door, just let him open the door. If he has the means to buy you dinner, just let him buy you dinner. Why are we getting so upset that he did these things? Now, in the sense of like, he was coming over and was buying food, and he had set up a date, and she was like, I'm not going on a date with him. I just got here. I don't want to date anyone. But he like sees that her food is here and pays for it, and then brings it to her door, and she's like, I didn't pay for it yet. Why did they give it to you? And he's like, I paid for it. And she's just like, why did you buy me food? Why did you buy my food? I can pay for my own stuff. It's like, yes, we know you can pay for it. That's why you ordered it. You didn't expect him to come over, so we know you had the money to buy it. He already bought it. Why are you getting upset? It's already done. You can't go back and say, hey, give him his money back. Here's my money instead. They already paid for it. It's over. It's done with. And opening doors. We know you can open a door. We've seen you open the door. You opened your apartment door. You walked in. Don't get upset. We know you can do it. We've seen you do it. Why are you upset at him? Because he opened a door for you. I don't know. Just seems like a weird thing to be upset about. Opening a door. Just say thank you and keep it moving, in my opinion. And then it also goes into like, as if being a feminist means that he can't open doors for you or pay for stuff. Like, you have to, every single time you go out, you have to buy your own food every single time. And if you don't, then you're not a feminist. Or if he opens your door every single time you interact or go out, then you're not a feminist because he opened the door for you. It seems kind of weird that, oh, now I can open my own door. See? I opened the door. Look, I have money in my wallet. I can buy it. Just seems weird. As if being a feminist means you can't enjoy being spoiled by your love interest. Your love interest wants to buy you something, and it's not like it's like you guys have, just let him buy it. It's not that big a deal. Personally, you don't have to let them buy, like, you just met, buy you a car. Yes, that's a little weird, but if it's something like dinner, it's fine. It's totally fine. If you've been dating for a while and he decides he wants to buy you jewelry, it's fine. Don't be upset about it. Why are we getting so angry that he spent money on you? And my final point on this particular stubborn feminism is as if women who enjoy being spoiled with the finer things like dinner, like jewelry, opening doors, as if women who enjoy doing those things or having those things done for them are not feminists. That's what it feels like. It feels like if you allow a man to open a door for you, you're not a real feminist. If you let him buy you lunch, you're not a feminist. If he buys you coffee, feminism out the window. That's what it feels like, especially when they're main characters very adamant about these things. And it's like, it's not that big a deal. Just let him buy it. Number 4? Yes, unnecessary repetition. When certain minor details are repeated numerous times. In the book that I'm currently reading, prologue, we find out she has a twin sister and they look relatively the same. I'm not sure if they're identical or not, but close enough alike where something happened and it's because they looked alike, but it wasn't necessarily her fault. And then she meets a love interest and tells him, I have a twin sister. And it's been 2 days. And then in the middle of her story that she's talking about a very traumatic thing that happened to her, she's like, my sister, my twin sister. As if that adds more weight to the statement. Like, we know you're twins. You know, they tell us numerous times. Like, you talking to your twin on the phone and you guys have your little twin jokes. That's totally different from constantly reminding us that I have a twin, 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 I have a twin. Because you talk to your twin, it's been a couple days, you've talked to your twin every single day. We know you have a twin. We, the audience, did not forget that you have a twin. And because you, people who don't have twins, but have sisters, as if you noticing the pain of your twin is more significant than you just having a sibling and seeing them in pain. I don't have a twin, but when my siblings are in pain, I do feel that pain very deeply because we grew up together, we're very connected. The twin thing could have been left out in that specific instance because it didn't add to the story. In fact, it annoyed me. So, yes. The last thing that I wanted to talk about in this video that annoyed me is Insta Obsessed. I think I'm gonna call it Insta Obsessed because this, in particular way that I'm discussing it, is you can be attracted to someone instantly and want to see where your relationship goes. Very different from the one that I find annoying, where it's after first glance. You haven't met, so you'd have no idea their personalities or if you guys are going to mesh well, connect well, or anything. You're just see them. Instant obsession. She's mine. Anyone who touches her, dead. You know nothing about this person. How do you even know if you guys are compatible? Just instant. And the reason why I added this to the list as well is because they have seen each other, not even gotten to a relationship yet. Seen each other 2 to 3 days. And already he sleeps over one time and it's I'm gonna have to try to convince her to move in with me because I can't sleep in a bed without her ever again. You sleep in a bed one time, instant she's moving in with me. I had to get her to move in with me. You were in the book that I'm currently reading, yes, it's not a real engagement, but in the eyes of the people who know about the engagement, it's a real engagement. You're engaged to someone else. Why are you already talking about getting some other woman to move in with you? Now, sure, he doesn't want to marry her, and the woman doesn't want to marry him. That's not the point of the story. The point is, you're technically in a relationship with this person, and you're already talking about moving in with someone else that you've met 2 days ago. 2 days ago. And I just find that to be really weird and kind of annoyed me. So, yeah, those are things that annoyed me so far while reading this book and just kind of annoy me in general when reading books. The instant, it makes, insta love when you, fall in love really quickly. It's very different because it's like both of them are feeling it simultaneously, versus someone who just not even met, just glance at a person's like, this person's mine. What if you find out that this person's personality conflicts you? And the thing that I want to mention was, I put it on Twitter, it was like, because he just met the person and was like, I don't want a wallflower for a wife. And you just like, that right there really just got to me. I was like, oh, like, yes, you're in the mafia, so you have certain expectations or whatever, but what did the wallflower for a wife thing have to do with it? How are you already thinking about wifing her up? You just met. That's like a bonus. Like, but that didn't annoy me. That kind of irritated me, because like, you talking about wifing her up, don't know anything about her, and then complaining about being like not wanting to marry a wallflower. What's wrong with wallflowers? I don't know. That kind of just like, I was like, oh, wallflowers. We have a thing against wallflowers now. So they can't be super feminine, where they like feminine stuff. They can't like people when they can't like when you buy them things, even though you're gonna buy them things anyway because you have money and you have to show off your money. Or you just like spoiling the people you're dating. And you can't be a wallflower. And she is a wallflower. Like, I don't want to marry a wallflower. But that's exactly who you're marrying, if you want to marry them, if you end up marrying them. So, those are my thoughts on that. That's like the bonus one that annoyed me, irritated me. But yeah, if you have things that annoy you, comment them down below. I'm very interested to know what in books annoy you. And if you agree with me or disagree with me, let me know in the comments as well. And that is all for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification to be notified when I upload. I try to upload on Sundays on this particular channel, and my social medias are linked down below if you want to follow me. But yeah, that is all for today's video, and until next time, drink some water, eat a snack, read a book, no matter what platform you like reading your books in, and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!